So in our latest report, we basically reviewed the IPO prospects of 16 large fintechs, which we think, are primed for a liquidity event. And we sort of evaluated, these IPO prospects of the companies based on their regulatory exposure. And what we have sort of found out is that we think, because of a low sort of regulatory risk, two companies, seems likely to be able to succeed in their IPO pursuit. So basically, these two companies are China UnionPay Merchant Services and Mashang Consumer Finance. So China UnionPay Merchant Services, it is the merchant acquiring arm of China UnionPay, which, for some background, it is the state-owned card network that has until very recently enjoyed a monopoly as the only card network in China. And of course, outside of China, UnionPay, it's also one of the biggest international card network. Now, UnionPay Merchant Services, it really enjoys a dominant position in mainland China, basically, serving as a crucial link between the millions of merchants and UnionPay. Now, this company, it's seeking a listing on the Shanghai Star Market. It's not very clear at this point, how recent restrictions of fintech listings on the Starboard might affect its IPO application. But we think, that even if their application gets rejected, UnionPay Merchant Services, will likely be eligible for a domestic listing on other main board exchanges in China because it has a track record of profitability, which is one of, the eligibility requirement for a main board listing. And also, very recently, they have made some sort of business adjustments, which we think could help clear its path for an eventual listing. So, sometime last year, the firm had actually suspended the issuance of microloans, which they jointly underwrite with banks. And that seems to be a good move because, this whole online micro lending industry has recently come under regulatory scrutiny, and that was in part one of the contributing factors to the suspension of Ant Group's IPO. So we think, by sort of suspending these loans, it might actually help UnionPay Merchant Services clear the path for its listing.